Hi, I'm Becca, and I'm going to give you some great tips to help you feel more positive about yourself. We can't feel positive all the time, and sometimes it can be very hard trying to find our positive energy. So, to help you on those bad days, here's my list of things that you can do starting today to help you feel more positive, confident, and optimistic. So, pause the screen and write some notes. Thinking positively is easier said than done, but with enough practice, it can really have an amazing impact on your life. Here's an example that changed my outlook. I was stuck in a traffic jam. Instead of stressing about the traffic jam, I began to recall how convenient it is to even have a car, and I used the time I was stuck behind the wheel to listen to my favourite artist, who's Beyonce by the way, and to a podcast that I had downloaded weeks earlier. This may sound basic, but if you try and use this concept in your everyday life, you will start seeing great positive changes. I ask you to try and look at the positives in every situation. This may involve you having to pause and reflect and even write out the positives and the negatives to a situation, but focus in on just the positives. Positive energy travels. It's infectious, like this. Imagine this being your positive impact on yourself and others. Look how quickly it spreads. Imagine a Mexican wave in a crowd in a concert. And it just continues from one person to another. And if you give off positive vibes, everyone around you will catch on to it. It's interesting to think about. Say someone is having a bad day and you approach them with negative energy, then they'll remain negative. Whereas, if you approach them with positivity, it'll be likely that you will uplift them and bring them to your positive level. Now, here's what happened when I caught up with Ray Black. Hi Ray.
Hi.
I'm looking into positivity and confidence, and I've seen that recently you participated in an animated series called Rap Therapy. So I guess I just wanted to know a bit about your episode and what you spoke about.
Yeah, I was really happy to be a part of that actually, because I've been doing mindful breathing for maybe a year, or 2 years actually. So my episode on that Rap Therapy was about mindful breathing to help with anxiety, also help with anger, which is something I struggle with quite a bit as well. And it's just a technique to help you remember that you're present wherever you are, and if you just take the time out to breathe, everything feels a lot calmer, and I think it's a bit of a reset. And I started doing it and got involved in it because I used to struggle quite a lot with feeling anxious before getting on stage. Like my heart will be beating, I'll be crying or whatever, so it really helped me.
So for somebody who's watching this right now that is probably just lacking their self-confidence and just not feeling very positive within themselves, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them, first of all, not to judge themselves against other people, because I think a lot of a lack of self-confidence comes from that, is when we compare ourselves. And I read something that said comparison is the stealer of joy. And so just try to focus on what you have, all of the blessings you have, count your blessings, and also see how far you've come in whatever it is that you're doing, or even just in your own self-esteem. Wherever you were before is probably not where you are now. And just focus on your own journey and don't watch the noise.
Now, there are in fact loads of charities and organisations that do help people through difficult times. They're there to offer support and guide people through their challenges. And I've been lucky enough to speak to Isla from the charity Mind to share some advice. Hi Isla, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I think one of the main things that I've found both professionally working with people and also personally is having a routine, the importance of a routine. So every morning kind of waking up, either going for a shower or, whatever routine you want to have, both to go through your personal hygiene, bring in some exercise, have a nutritious meal, set some goals for the day ahead. So not too many goals, but, goals that are smart goals that are achievable. It helps to have some kind of positive affirmations to get you through the day, as well to have some physical exercise, because I think that definitely helps. It brings more of the feel-good hormones. It kind of boosts your mood. Good for you both physically and mentally. And a really good one as well is connecting to others. So, I think the pandemic was very difficult because it meant a lot of people were isolated by themselves. I think one of the main things here is just to continue to be kind to yourself. I think in moments when we're struggling most, the worst thing to do is to say, oh, you know what? Oh, look at that. You failed yet again, and to be mean to yourself. We all can have an inner critic or an inner bully that can keep on bringing these negative messages. And I think it's really important to stop that inner critic and actually say, you know what? I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to get through this.
I really enjoyed talking to both of my guests, and I hope you got as much out of what they had to say as I did. And remember to pause and reflect and focus in on the positives. And I close with this final thought. It's a quotation that's helped me stay focused and remain positive. Self-confidence is a superpower, and once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts happening. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon.